What else do we have?
What I didn't know this though. What kind of law were you practicing before coming to the Free State Project?
So I actually got my degree in South Africa, and I had to petition the California courts and take the California bar when I moved out here. And in South Africa, I just did sort of general law, and then in California, I did mostly in-house work for companies like Logitech and Apple. So I did a lot of business and a lot of IP work, actually.
It's a good thing you weren't there to defend the round corners argument. You might have never been allowed into the Free State Project pushing that kind of intellectual property bullshit. No, but this is really interesting. So you got your degree in South Africa, and then came to be admitted to the bar in California. Were you like prepared for that? I mean, did you have to study? Is it that similar a system?
No, I'm so naturally brilliant that I just
didn't have to study at all.
It was a lot of work. It's the one time I will admit in my life that I did study because I had no idea the system was here. And people said, the California bar is the hardest in the world, like just all this hubris. And so I did. I took the bar and passed the first time and didn't look back. And then sort of had that realization at some stage that what I was doing did that well with me.
They put it on YouTube.
I was a paper pusher, even in a private thing.
So you realized that what you were doing as a lawyer was feeding into statism. How is that?
It was not a lot of fun. So I got out. I stopped practicing 10 years ago, probably 11 now. Practiced for about 10 years, and I had that realization that I did not want to. It was sort of a coalescing of both my realization or understanding of sort of statism in America. Of course, as an immigrant, I came here and I thought, America is awesome. This is so incredible. I'm so glad I'm here. And then sort of slowed.
And then you became a libertarian.
Well, I think I was born a rebel.
That helps.
And I grew up in a place, so I used to do the apartheid marches and that kind of stuff. And I just, the bubble burst when I worked in the tech sector, and the bubble burst and what the hell just happened? Did some research, and I was like, okay.
So did you become a libertarian while you were? Like really to the point where you were like you knew what it was and you were asserting like I'm a libertarian while you were in California, and then decide to move to New Hampshire?
Yeah, and actually, we did a pit stop in Manhattan, but yeah, I think I signed up for the Free State Project in 2003. I was definitely awake in like 2000, end of 2000. My husband and I took some time off and we went backpacking through Southeast Asia and Africa for like 2 years. We blew our savings.
It's a good way to do it. Are we having difficulties with the sound? Is that on her end there?
I haven't touched anything, but we have just lost your sound, Carla. So we'll take a break and make sure her sound is working and come right back.
Yeah, Carl, if you want to work with Derek on that, we'll see if we can get you back on. And if the timing doesn't work out with other guests we got coming on tonight, we'll have you back on, or you can call in. You can come back on by phone in the third hour. So let's plan on that. All right. So we do have, speaking of intellectual property, deal near on Google antitrust probe. This is from Politico. Federal regulators may end a 2-year antitrust probe of Google's search business by letting the company make voluntary changes, such as limiting use of restaurant and travel reviews from other websites and letting search ad campaigns be easily ported to rival search services. Two sources with knowledge of the case told Politico. Now, I just want to point this story out to show you like how dangerous government is, even when it is the unseen force, even when it doesn't come to a lawsuit, the way that it stifles governments. Hey, can we just hang up on Skype there?
I don't know how to just shut this thing up.
Just hang up on Skype. Yeah, that's all you need. Cool. All right. We'll get Carla back on later by phone, but we have a lot of people on the phone right now as well. But I mean, this is something that like Google was doing its thing, serving the internet as best it could, pretending to be Facebook and failing miserably with Google Plus. But
Google Plus rocks, man. I'm sorry.
Really, you're retarded. You're on Google Plus. Are you? Is this a joke?
I am not. I'm in almost 8,000 circles. I have a lot of fun on Google.
That's a lot of circles.
Yeah.
I have no idea what that means.
I'm sure
You're on 8,000 circles. I never got into Google Plus. I mean, I was like, I'm a follower here. Wherever the trend is.
The
I'll go where the
technology
people
is
are.
superior on Google.
Really?
Plus. Yeah.
To Facebook.
Yeah.
So why do you think it didn't catch on?
For marketing.
No,
I don't
everybody
know.
know. There was a time when it came out, everybody knew. I think Google got its fair shake in the market. I got on it. I checked it out. I was using Google Wave for a while. Like, I didn't really... I know it's kind of a separate product.
Google Wave and
like,
Google Buzz and stuff like that. It's not the same thing. What I think is cool about Google Plus, it's the crossing between Twitter and Facebook. Facebook is like the echo chamber. That you're just talking to your friends and everybody agrees with each other, and it's kind of boring in that way.
Okay.
You go out on Twitter, if you're doing hashtags and stuff like that, you'll get into conversations with people, and if you're a person who likes arguing with people on the internet, that's someone in the
Someone is wrong on the internet.
Some people might be aware that I partake in a little internet arguing from time to time. And,
maybe.
So, but you can do that on Twitter, but you've only got 140 characters. So if you're having a political discussion with somebody, it's completely impossible. On Google Plus, you've got the hashtags, you've got you don't have to reciprocate everybody who circles you, and you can get into these discussions with very diverse people from around the world. And there are 135 million active users on it. So.
How many?
135 million active users. There's a total. What?
How many on Facebook?
There are 1 billion.
Yeah, something like that. Isn't it like
Well,
3 billion
wait
now?
a second. A billion. There are 1 billion users on Facebook. There's a lower number of them that are actually actively
right,
using it.
because if you take out the accounts that are inactive or people that are like barely on there, it's a chunk of it. It's
Google Plus has 500 million users, and they're counting 135 million of them as active. And there's a lot of libertarians and there's not a big like conservative presence there, but I do have a lot of anarchist and libertarian friends that are very engaging, and there's a lot of liberals there, so you can argue about things like gun control and stuff like that, which is always so much fun, because those liberal people who want gun control, they're really smart.
It's true though that Facebook. All right, it's true that Facebook has that kind of controlled channel of the conversation. I guess it's kind of that makes a good point, but I guess people didn't want that intermediary. They wanted their Facebook and they wanted their Twitter.
Well, they don't want to leave Facebook because the audience is on Facebook.
Well, you've heard my theory on this, right? That it's all going to be obsolete when open source social networking catches on. It's going to replace Twitter and Facebook and YouTube, because it's going to have a video hosting thing that blows YouTube out of the water, and it's going to be not a browser that you go to a central site through. It's going to be a piece of software that you run from your computer, and it's going to be open source.
Yo, who's got a big F-150?
But we have a couple questions from Twitter right now.
No,
From
Barner does
Colby.
not have a big F-150.